came from the third dimension.
This is 3D or 2D.com's Duh 3D Show.
Put on your 3D glasses now.
If you're wondering what the 3D stand for, they are discussion, debate, and the news. We hope that you enjoy the show. Get it? The show? Hello. This is Adolf, and welcome to episode 107 of the 3D Show. I have with me Jacob.
Hi, everybody.
And Classic Jake isn't here today, but Classic Jake will be joining me in another podcast for the patrons. So, patrons will get 2 podcasts relatively back to back, and everyone else will get 1. Hate to tease, but it is what it is. So, this podcast, we have a theme. Jacob, what is this theme?
Delays.
Yeah, and yay, delays. What we're thinking was going to happen, that it started to happen, but it's not necessarily COVID related.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a plus.
It's just
like some problems. Yeah.
So it's not COVID related. Now, COVID numbers are kind of weird right now because everyone's doing at-home tests, so we don't really know how bad things are.
Yeah.
But a lot of these movies are being delayed and moved around because other movies have been delayed and moved around, and there's probably some stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about, but
yeah.
Let's get through them. First off is the Super Mario movie, delayed to 2023, specifically April 7th, 2023. It was December 21st, 2022. What are your thoughts on this?
This one hurts the most because me and my girlfriend both are huge Super Mario Brothers fans, and I was kind of looking forward to taking my Christmas vacation and going to go see Super Mario, hopefully in 3D, but I have to wait till this time next year.
Yeah, wow, yeah, you're right. It's this time next year. So, sorry if my dogs are making noises in the background, but it is what it is. Yeah, this time next year, wow. It's 4 months, and we haven't even seen the teaser trailer or anything for this.
No, just posters and Chris Pratt being Mario, which I am curious, but not really looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, no one really is, but it's interesting that Nintendo announced this via tweet, and it's like, huh. You know, you would think they would say, sorry, but we'll give you a teaser trailer now, but nope.
I mean, I assume it's probably getting delayed maybe because Nintendo maybe has a little bit more of creative control than we thought, so maybe they're just rearranging things or trying to fix the story or something. Who knows?
Yeah, that's a good theory, because right now we don't know for sure what is the holdup. I mean, it's an animated movie, so, you know, that COVID protocols don't matter as much because they could literally phone it in, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they don't want to, but, you know, it was interesting because this was a tweet from Miyamoto. It says, quote, "This is Miyamoto. After consulting with Chris-san, my partner at Illumination on Super Mario Bros. Film, we decided to move the global release to spring 2023. April 28th in Japan and April 7th in North America. My deepest apologies, but I promise it'll be worth the wait." So, Miyamoto himself, the creator of Super Mario, and many, many, many awesome franchises, including Zelda, Donkey Kong.
Metro.
Yeah. So, it's interesting that they just kind of, here it is, here's a tweet at 8 p.m. our time. It's like, okay, thanks. So, yeah, I'm like, are they going to show this at E3? At least have a teaser or something? Because
there's no E3 this year.
Okay, yeah, you're right. No E3 this year, but I mean, Nintendo's going to have a digital event.
No, not even a digital event. No, it's canceled because they're revamping it.
I mean, Nintendo always does Nintendo Directs around that time, even if it's not directly with E3. So,
right. I assume it's probably going to be a Nintendo Direct. Maybe soon there'll be a trailer. I kind of predicted maybe with Jurassic Park Dominion, maybe they're going to have a teaser then.
Or Minions.
Or Minions. Either or, because, Illumination. So we'll see.
So yeah, I'm disappointed too, but it makes the most sense out of most of these delays because it was coming out at the end of December. So it's like, okay, okay, I guess, it's better not to produce it in January or February,
Yeah.
So they're putting it to April. So it's really interesting how packed 23 is becoming now because a lot of things are moving. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
now we got another delay. What's the next? Oh wait, we got a movie that took its spot. So it's
Yes.
kind of a delay, but not really because it's like 2 months. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. It's Puss in Boots too.
So that is taking the December 21st spot from Mario movie. That one was September 23rd, and we did get a trailer for that. And it looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid. I mean, for a sequel that takes place 11 years after the first one.
So you also kind of imagine that Universal / DreamWorks has a lot of confidence in this movie to have it for Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, that's like really the only animated movie / kids film that's coming out around Christmas time. So it'll probably make the most sense because, Sing 2 was like a pretty big hit for a COVID era animated film, and that came out around Christmas. So why not do the same?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, Sing 2 made a good amount of money. It stayed in the top 5 for like almost a month until it started getting crowded. So
Yeah, it's like 460 million, I think it made in America alone.
So yeah, it was definitely a hit, and I can't imagine why this movie couldn't be a hit too.
Right. I mean, it's Shrek. People love Shrek.
And it's cute kitties.
Yeah. And Antonio Banderas, he's been doing the role for close to 20 years, and he's pretty good at it. He can do it in his sleep.
So yeah, definitely looking forward to Puss in Boots for Christmas time. So I'm not sure exactly what's coming out in December of this year. But
Avatar 2.
Avatar 2 is the big one. And then of course now Puss in Boots. I mean, I'm looking on the calendar now to see.
And Aquaman, I think. Oh no, that got delayed to March, didn't it?
Yeah. Shazam now is tied with Puss in Boots. That's crazy.
Yeah, I hope, I really, really hope that Avatar 2 doesn't, like, derail both of those movies' success, because I think Avatar 2 is going to flop, but I don't know.
Well, if Avatar 2 does flop, then that will basically finish off 3D for a generation.
Yeah, which sucks, but I mean, or at least underperform. I don't know.
So yeah, that definitely makes it interesting. Is Warner Brothers going to? I mean, Shazam wasn't a 2022 movie; it was 23, but they pushed it up because they had to delay Flash and Aquaman. So I guess could they push it up further to December 2nd, or they push it? It's just kind of a weird time because Puss in Boots and yeah, it's just a lot of things going on. But it's not super crowded. I mean, the other movies coming out in December are not going to be competitors really to it. I mean, I don't know what Violent Night is, but I don't think it's going to be a big movie compared to the potential for Avatar and Puss in Boots and Shazam as well. So
yeah, because I want to see both of those succeed on their own without having to compete with Avatar 2's box office heft, potentially.
Potential. I imagine that it might be one of those things that maybe not the first weekend, but if people like it, it will start to snowball. I mean,
that's what the first Avatar did, because it only did like 77 million, and then it made 10 times its gross in America alone.
And there's a lot of worry about the first one if that was going to be a hit at all. The first trailer for that was awful. So
yes, it was. The movie itself is not great of what I've seen of it.
I still really enjoy it. So, and I guess since we're talking about Avatar 2, let's talk about Avatar 2, which now has an official name. It is officially Avatar: The Way of Water.
It's a subtitle.
No more number. I mean, it's going to be referenced as Avatar 2 by everybody.
Oh yeah.
But we have known about water being a major theme of this movie for a long time. That's one of the things that the James Cameron said that he really is working on hard to have 3D water and to look amazing. So we should be getting that trailer, I think, any day now. Probably sometime after we finish uploading this podcast.
Yeah, probably next weekend with Doctor Strange too.
I imagine that makes a lot of sense since Disney now owns Fox and Disney is going to be distributing it, or has the rights to it, I guess, better way of saying it. It definitely is going. It would be smart of them to go ahead and put it in front of Doctor Strange, especially since Doctor Strange is getting a lot of 3D screenings. So
yeah, even IMAX 3D, which is thank you IMAX.
Yeah, it's definitely super rare. So we didn't get anything else. We didn't get a teaser. We just said that I think it was like at CinemaCon they saw the trailer and people seemed to like it, but like we don't have anything anywhere else. So
I think we got a poster for it, which it's a poster.
We got a poster for it? I didn't see any poster for it.
It just looks like a white and like orangey background. Essentially, it says Avatar: The Way of Water. But
oh, okay, it's just one of those basic posters that are the logo. Yeah. It doesn't actually show anything.
Yeah, it's just like your basic poster.
The placeholder poster.
Yeah, exactly.
That is not, good enough for now, but not to really have it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the one time I remember seeing water was in, the Will Smith movie, that came out 3 years ago. I'm kind of in a haze to, Gemini Man. They had some underwater scenes and that looked great in 3D.
Yeah, the bubbles and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, Aquaman. But I don't think that was real water for the most part.
Yeah. And I think they also mentioned, or before they weren't talking about it, that there definitely is going to be a high frame rate. So that's interesting. And it's going to revolutionize 3D again and be awesome in 3D from what they're saying. So, I mean, that trailer, it needs to be in 3D. We've had a bad habit of a lot of trailers coming in theaters and not having 3D trailers. And especially when you go see a 3D movie, and it's like, why the hell is this not in 3D?
Yeah, it's like the last time I seen a 3D trailer was in front of Onward back in 2020, over 2 years ago.
But like, when we saw other movies last year in 3D, like when we saw Jungle Cruise, they had trailers for upcoming Marvel or Disney movies that were 3D but did not get a 3D release. It's like did not get a 3D trailer, so I don't understand it at all. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at least they came out in 3D, but I want to see the trailers. Damn it, in 3D, at least one or two.
I mean, this is the trailer that you need to have in 3D.
Right. I mean, if you're going big with 3D and shooting in 3D, do it in 3D.
So okay, we got more delays. So this also got a name change. So the original name is this: Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
It is now Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. No more Part 1. That is now being released June 2nd, 2023. So that is a huge delay from October 7th this year. We got like a little teaser of it, but not really a real trailer of it. So that's really interesting why Sony...
It's a good teaser, though.
Yeah, it's a good teaser, but like that's a huge amount of time, again, for an animated movie. What is going on? What is there that is they need to change that... took them out of 6 months, or not even more 6 months. It's, November, December.
8 months.
8 months. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, maybe they're just like, hey, it's going to be less crowded there. Maybe it's like, maybe a story issue? Who knows? Or an animation issue? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the third movie is now changed as well, so it's not this Across the Universe Part 2. Or not. Yeah. It's, what is it now?
Beyond the Spider-Verse?
The what now?
Beyond the Spider-Verse?
Yeah. So at least the titles are cleaner. They roll off
Yeah.
the tongue easier. Now, I guess the real question is: are they going to try to include the crew from Spider-Man: No Way Home into this?
That's a thought. Or what if they include the Sony Spider-Man cinematic universe characters in it? Like, what if
You know, Morbius is the quote-unquote best movie of all time, according to Reddit.
Oh,
Have you seen that meme, or no?
no, I have not.
Yeah, I mean, Morbius, basically everyone is making fun of it, and rightfully so. It's a pretty crappy movie. So, yeah, it's... Yeah, I do not want to see more of the Sony universe. I mean, I only started to kind of like Venom with the second movie, and Morbius is like, nope, it's bad. So,
I mean, I'm excited for Venom 3, though. I kind of want to see more Venom.
yeah. So I don't. Yeah, maybe Venom will be here. It's or they have him be live action against cartoons, like you know.
I mean, because apparently it looks like, at least based on hidden clips in the Doctor Strange 2 trailer, there's like animation in that film, so maybe they're trying to go that direction.
So maybe that might be the we might be talking about that later. That hey, that's how they're doing it. You know, we have Toby, we have Andrew, and we have Tom.
Yeah.
Is that one from the 70s Japanese movie still alive? I don't think he is he?
Or not even the live. I don't think the live action guy from the TV series in the 70s is not alive either. I may be wrong.
Oh, you want to be badass?
What's that?
Get the 90s cartoon Spider-Man. I love that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that 90s cartoon. I love that one so much. That was so good. That was part of the renaissance of cartoons of the 90s, and X-Men too. Mwah.
Oh, that was my favorite.
Oh yeah. And then, you know, Batman and Superman, and eventually got to Justice League. There was a lot of great cartoons in the 90s.
Oh, the Batman original series was amazing. I loved it.
Now, there's been a few other, I think there was like a MTV semi 3D animated Spider-Man movie or TV show. Would you want them to go in here too, or nah?
I have never even heard of that, but I'm good.
Yeah, I think that only lasted like a season or two. So maybe, maybe that's the reasoning behind it. I don't know. I have no idea why they get delayed such a huge amount of time. Is there script problems? Is there that MTV one is the Spider-Man is the great Neil Patrick Harris.
Huh. Okay.
So I definitely would love more Neil Patrick Harris. He's one of my favorite comedians right now. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
And especially loved him in Series of Unfortunate Events, Lemony Snicket. He was wonderful in that too.
I still like him in the Harold and Kumar movies.
He does great work. So yeah, I will see Spider-Man next year. No idea why, but okay.
Yep.
Now we got some Marvel news that is pretty new for us. So the Marvels is now coming out in July 28th of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, is being pushed up to February 17th, which was the Marvels' original release date.
Yep, so they swap dates, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting because we haven't seen anything for Quantumania. So,
Right.
or Marvel is.
If anything, I expected Quantumania to be delayed further because, recently Bill Murray kind of got in trouble with Disney.
Yeah, I think it was like some kind of harassment or assault or something, or weird. I don't know.
A little bit.
But yeah, I didn't know Quantumania was that far along. I thought it was pretty far off. So
It shot mainly last year with like some pickups recently, but I mean, I figured it was going to take forever to get the visual effects finished, but apparently not.
And I think that since Miss Marvel TV show is coming out, I think this summer, it's interesting that they're going to push back the Marvels another year. So it's like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it'll give a chance for people to let Miss Marvel stew in the collective and see how the show is. I mean, it looks like the show's going to be great.
Yeah, that trailer. Oh my God, yes.
I love the shots of the clock specifically. It just, I know it's weird to focus on that, but it's just like how they shot it. I'm like, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it definitely looks cool. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting because I really, really hope that they allow Brie Larson to be herself. I think she's a great actress. I think she could be a lot of fun, but they did not allow her to have fun in Captain Marvel. I felt like she was held down by a bad script, and she definitely has talent. She could make that movie really work, but I hope that they let her be her because I think she could be so much better than who she was in that movie.
Yeah. And please don't go over the top with just like major girl power that it's just forced and shoved into a script.
Yeah, that girl moment in Endgame still kind of cringe. It's like no, that one didn't work.
Yeah. I mean, like the one in the Captain Marvel didn't. I mean, it worked better because you had a good song, but it was still just like, yeah, I know what you're doing, Disney. Please stop forcing it.
So that's all the delays we got as of today. We're recording this on April 30th, and Jacob, what time is it for you?
It is 1:51 in the p.m.
And that's East Coast time.
Eastern Standard, yes, sir.
So things may change by the time you listen to this, and they probably will.
So just knock on wood.
So yeah, that was me knocking on wood. If you hear that, I don't know if you hear that.
Yeah.
So we're going from delays to trailers. Some noteworthy trailers. So what do you want to talk about first?
Since we were talking about Marvel, let's continue. Let's continue the Marvel train with Thor: Love and Thunder.
What's your thoughts on that trailer? I liked it a lot.
I liked it too. I really like the use of "Sweet Child of Mine," but I don't know what else to think about the movie because it didn't really explain any story except Thor still on Earth and he gets in shape again.
I mean, it is the definition of a teaser trailer.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that end reveal of Natalie Portman as what is it? She Thor or this Thor? Like I don't know the character name, or is it just Thor?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to play that up because I think in the Thor comics they do call her Thor as well, but I don't know I don't know 100% how that's going to work. And yeah, the apparently there's a big part of that comics is her having cancer, which I don't know how that does not derail the movie and just kills the fun flow that this trailer has, because cancer is a horrible disease.
Well, with Taika Waititi, when he did that with like not like cancer, but like just anything with drama and Ragnarok, he just killed the drama with the joke.
I mean, I trust Taika because I loved Ragnarok and absolutely loved what was that Hitler movie he made?
Jojo Rabbit.
Wonderful movie. Love Jojo Rabbit.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like he can direct a movie. It's just with a big budget. I don't know. I didn't care for Ragnarok as much as you did. I don't know. It's just too silly, and the jokes overrode any drama that it had. And I'm like, I don't like the Thor series that much as a whole. And Natalie Portman was just meh in the first two movies.
Yeah, and we need to have more information of where she's been, since she wasn't in the third movie, and we haven't seen her since the second movie, which has been how long? Like 7 years or something?
Yeah, it's been since 2013, so almost 10 years.
Okay. Oh, yeah, 10 more years. Yeah.
She's been hitting the gym because her arms are ripped.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. I thought it was 7, but yeah, you're right. Almost 10 years. So we know nothing about her character from any of the TV shows or anything. So we have known nothing where she's been. So we got to get something.
Right.
And is Darcy going to be part of this? Because, she had a big part to play in WandaVision. So I don't know if that's going to change things. Is Darcy going to be in the Marvels? I don't know.
I think Darcy's probably going to be in Doctor Strange 2, if only for a split second, since, she was in WandaVision.
I don't know. We haven't seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness yet. We are definitely excited for it.
Next weekend.
Yeah. And Mother's Day weekend at that. And it's kind of weird, but okay.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Yeah. Hey, luckily I get a 4-day weekend that weekend.
So, we get the Guardians here too. So I guess they'll have a way out, I guess, and way to have him have his adventure. So that's interesting. I love the visuals here with the chains and like, what is that story? I want to know what the hell that is.
Yeah, and new Asgard looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, and that ship with that's flying, love it.
Yeah.
All right. What trailer do you want to talk about next?
Let's talk about Jurassic World 3.
Dominion.
Yes.
So this trailer starts off with a baby dino, and yeah, I'm not sure about this direction it's going with, where it's like, I made a promise, I'm going to keep it. And it's like, it's just okay, sure.
You made a promise with the dinosaur.
Yeah. I mean, I think this trailer is exciting and fun. The only issue is, are they showing me too much action? Because it looks like they're showing me a lot of action that I would love to see that in 3D in the theater. I don't want to see that in the trailer. So
Yeah, like because the first two Jurassic World movies, I don't think they have been great, and their 3D has been equally meh. And I don't know, like the movies, they're really stupid.
well, for me, the 3D was really well done. Maybe my theater got it good. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. The movies are stupid as hell, but they're fun, stupid for me at least. So
I mean, the 3D for what was the last one called? Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah,
was better than Worlds, because Worlds was like, there are certain shots I wish were just pushed the boundary, and it just didn't.
It's definitely interesting that they're making a lot of shots with that brontosaur.
Yeah.
It's like, are they trying to make up for killing the other one? because that haunts you.
That was like the best scene in the movie in an otherwise probably the worst Jurassic Park movie. But yeah, I mean, they're probably like, oh, maybe it's not dead. And if they did that, it's like, why? Why did you do that?
I still have a lot of questions, which I don't know if their movie is going to answer, because like the ending to the previous movie, there was the auction and the dinosaurs escaped. Okay, but I don't remember there being that many dinosaurs.
Me neither. I mean, I don't even know how they're supposed to reproduce because I thought in the lab they were, genetically all, was it female or male? I can't remember. It's been a while, but
You
and
know,
they're like,
life finds a way.
yeah,
The frog
making
DNA.
love to dinosaurs all along.
So, I don't know how that works, but they established that in the first one. I can
Yeah.
let that go, but still, there's a lot of dinosaurs in this trailer that are all over the place, and it's like, okay, what happened between this movie and this movie, that movie and this movie? Because there seems like the dinosaurs are taking control of the planet, which is like, there wasn't that many dinosaurs made, so I don't know how that would work.
I mean, there's also another question. How did Doctor Wu like he's in this trailer and is he a good guy now or does he lament his choices of being a bad guy in the first two movies? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, I have no idea.
We'll
Is
have
he
to find out in June.
is he like, turn on the factory and the factory gone wild, and like the whole chocolate factory thing from I Love Lucy, and just like tons of things were made and they didn't even pay attention and just made hundreds of dinosaurs or something? I don't understand it, but okay.
If there's another island, it's like, hey, there's another island that produces dinosaurs. I'm just gonna throw popcorn at the screen and leave.
I mean, we have really powerful weapons. So, yeah, I mean, a dinosaur would hurt you if you don't have a shotgun. But if you have a shotgun, I think you could be okay with a lot of dinosaurs. Not all of them, of course, but,
Right.
And America is pretty heavily armed. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just giving us too much credit or not giving the dinosaurs enough credit. I don't know.
I mean, I figured there'd be some sort of contingency plan where they could probably contain the dinosaur menace, if you want to call it that. And I don't know.
I mean, we have tactical nukes and we have, chemical warfare that we don't necessarily use on humans right now, but you better believe that the governments will be like, yeah, mustard bomb that damn dinosaur. I don't care.
I mean, we got flamethrowers. I mean, you got assault rifles. You just got so much weaponry out there that you could easily take care of most dinosaurs.
I mean, it's kind of sad, but a lot of people in America have AR-15s that could, really do a lot of damage and kill a lot of things, and they'll be okay. So,
Yeah.
if a dinosaur is there, they will be okay with the AR-15. It's just, yeah, it looks exciting, it looks fun, it looks stupid as hell. A quote unquote
And
movie, the last Jurassic movie, which is like whatever. It's not gonna be they'll rename it to Triassic or Cretaceous or some shit.
God.
I mean, that makes sense. That's logical, at least.
Right.
I think people would be smart enough to understand that.
Yeah.
All right. We got a VR trailer, which is interesting.
Yeah. Let's enter the metaverse.
For Ghostbusters. Now this is even weirder because apparently it's part of it's an exclusive, or they're showing it off specifically for the what is it called?
The Oculus.
Well, it's not Oculus, but it is Oculus.
Right.
What is it
The
called?
metaverse.
I don't know what but it's for that and not a PlayStation 5, which is like, why not? I don't understand that. But maybe later on they'll show off a PlayStation 5 version. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's a timed exclusive.
MetaQuest. I kind of liked Oculus better than MetaQuest, but whatever.
Yeah. Thank you, Zuck.
Yeah. So this trailer is really awkward.
Yeah, it's not good. I didn't like
It's like, why would you show this off? This looks bad, and like it looks really kind of like they don't have monsters there until the end or ghosts, and it's like this is just kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this: it's not actual gameplay. It just looks like a concept.
I guess. I mean, I love the idea of being first person with the proton pack and like zapping ghosts. That sounds cool. Definitely sounds cool. And then having that be a multiplayer online game. Hell yeah. The idea of it sounds good.
But does it warrant being in VR? Does it warrant spending $300 on a MetaQuest?
I don't know. It seems okay, and it seems kind of random now. Why not? It's April. It's about to be May. I mean, why not release that and like, or not release it, but have the trailer for later. Sony. It's like, I know we're not having the E3, but I'm assuming that Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo are going to have some kind of event to show off their stuff. It doesn't have to be E3, but why not save it for that?
I don't know, but like just everything about the trailer is so bad. Like even the Ghostbusters logo with the stupid VR headset just looks bad. It's awful.
No, I haven't played it, but I've heard great things about the 2009 Ghostbusters game. That especially the Wii version, they really got the motion controls there. I think they re-released it recently, but I heard good things about that game.
It's on the Switch. You can use motion controls. It looks like the Xbox 360 version, but if you have a PS4 or Xbox One, go get it. It's great. And they have the original cast.
So it's unofficially Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah, because it takes place in '91, and it's a really good game.
So yeah, I'm not sure about this, but VR is always kind of hard to, I guess, trailer because you gotta have the helmet and see it for yourself and to really get the sense of how things are gonna work. So, okay, I guess.
But even then, it just looks awful. Looks like the worst Ghostbusters game ever.
So, the next two topics are kind of weird, kind of hard. I don't know. Let's go for the harder one first, and then after that, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller. What the hell is wrong with this kid?
He thinks he's a bigger deal than he is. He's letting fame get to his head. I mean, I understand. I wouldn't want people bothering me either, but he's the one bothering people.
Yeah, so recently he's been arrested again for apparently throwing a chair at a woman, and not long before that, it was that he was going to, like, he had to get a restraining order from a fan, and not long before that, he, like, assaulted a fan, and, like,
Yeah.
it's just like, what the hell are you doing, man? You're gonna ruin your career.
Yeah.
And it's just, why are you doing this? Why? Assault is horrible. Don't do this. Don't hurt other people, especially your fans. What the hell is wrong with your mind, man? Get help.
Yeah. Like, I'm surprised he isn't canceled yet.
And apparently there's an emergency meeting with Warner Brothers for the time before this one. And now that Discovery owns it, you know, Discovery is actually like kind of doing a lot of changes right off the bat. So it's kind of interesting that they're like, yeah, we're not going to play around anymore. We're tired of this crap, you know. So I don't know what's going to happen to the Flash movie. Are they going to delay that again? Are they going to recast it? I mean, can they recast it? Can they do anything? Because contracts are weird, and they may have to just eat it and release it. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I mean, they'll probably just like, okay, we're done with the DCEU as is. We're gonna take a look at it and then just revamp it again.
Because I remember they're saying that they wanted to have somebody oversee DC like they have Marvel oversee MCU, but who could that be? I don't know. I don't know a specific person.
They tried Jeff Johns, that didn't work out. They've had a few different people. I think Brett Ratner was kind of sort of doing it with Zack Snyder, but that didn't work out either. It's a huge mess.
So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen now, and I think, it, I think, like I said, contractually speaking, they may have to just release it as is, and they're just hoping and praying that he doesn't do more crap, and that this, by the time it releases, people don't care, or it's not the biggest headline,
Yeah,
Which
I mean, I think Warner Brothers is probably going to hire like on-set security that's with him 24/7. It's like, okay, don't do this, Ezra, or else you're going to get screwed over. Just don't do it.
I mean, could they get him help? Could they put him in? I don't know. Ask him or tell him you really need to go to get help because this is not okay. It's not. It's not funny. It's wrong, and it's just like, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing this?
I mean, they are his boss. They could tell him to do whatever he needs to do to get help. So yeah.
So I don't know. I don't. I don't know if that potentially hurt Fantastic Beasts because he's in it, and Fantastic Beasts has come out, and it's kind of a flop.
I wouldn't blame it on just him. It's like the Johnny Depp recasting. It's the general malaise of the series, and also J.K. Rowling being a turf hurting it.
Yeah. So it's released. I've seen it. I liked it, but I don't love it. And patrons can listen to that podcast now. Since it's not a 3D movie, I'm not going to put that podcast everywhere else. And it should have been a 3D movie. There's a lot of spots where like, oh my god, this would have looked great in 3D. But
I mean, the first two were, but I think Warner Brothers seen the writing on the wall. It's like, yeah, we're not going to do a conversion, or we're just going to here's the IMAX or premium large format screenings, and that's all y'all get. We'll take the L.
So I think they're saying depending on how the third one is if they make the fourth and fifth movie.
No.
Right now it does not look like that.
I mean, overseas it's done better, but it's probably just going to be barely making its money back, at least production cost.
So, I mean, they delayed it a couple years to try to fix it, and in some ways, I don't know. It's hard to explain because I do kind of like it, but I also feel like it was a mess of a narrative. So it was just like, okay, fine movie. Now I've seen it, and I don't want to spoil anything, but they kind of resolve things in a way that is decent. I do feel like they did not resolve one big aspect, which if there was a fourth movie, they could definitely go into. But if this is it, you got a resolution of what's happening with these characters into a decent way. It's not a great way to wrap up the series, but it's not a horrible way either. So it's okay. but it's not at all where Warner Brothers wants it to be.
No, it just they wanted to keep the Harry Potter money going, and like, hey, we're going to release 5 of these things. People will love them, and turns out they did not, and they couldn't make lightning strike twice.
Oh yeah, and I mentioned this a long time ago when they announced these movies. They definitely should not be announcing, because they announced it to be one movie, and like, okay, that makes sense, sure. And then 3 movies, and then 5 movies. And it's like, no, no, no. You got to prove yourself. You can't just say we're gonna have a whole new series, and it's not based on any books, and J.K. is gonna write it and produce it, and you don't have to worry about it. It's like, no, you still gotta prove yourself. You can't just have a 5-movie series and not prove yourself beforehand. So,
Well, I think that's part of the problem was having J.K. Write the scripts. I mean, because turf stuff aside, I mean, she could write a book, but that doesn't mean you can automatically write a screenplay.
yeah, and a movie's different from the book, and yeah, right now it's grossed about 286.
Ooh.
Domestic 73, international 212. And the thing is, the competition is going to be coming and coming hard and coming fast, and it's not going to have the ability to have legs. I don't think it will be, you know.
It's sad that Morbius is actually going to turn a profit because it was more than half the price to make Morbius. Like, yeah. Oh, Warner Brothers.
Because Doctor Strange is already on the way to becoming a huge hit. Pre-orders are huge. I don't know if Top Gun's going to be a hit, but there's definitely less time for it to get legs, to get in top 5 or stay in the top 5. I mean, The Bad Guys is doing great, so
Yeah, surprisingly.
it's I don't know if it's good enough. I mean, in normal circumstances, they would have liked 200 to be the opening weekend, not 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
And the opening weekend was the series lowest, so that's awful.
I mean, to bet like worldwide, this is the worst performing Harry Potter movie because even the last one is grossed around 700, something like that, 600,
Mm-hmm.
and like yeah, this one is just flopping hard.
So yeah, I mean, I think Doctor Strange will absolutely take number 1 next week, and Bad Guys will probably be number 2, and then what else is out there?
Morbius is still out there, sort of.
Yeah, barely, but um,
Everything, everywhere, all at once is still doing well.
it's hard to justify it staying in the top, 5. Sonic is still there.
Yeah, Sonic is still there. Yeah, it's doing really good. The highest grossing video game movie ever.
So it's hard to see how things are going to be for Fantastic Beasts if it's going to be able to have enough money to keep going.
It's
May
not.
I don't think it is. May isn't that super big, but it's just going to be one of those things. It's just going to be one thing after another. So, and the word of mouth, I don't know if there's a lot of good word of mouth for it either. So it might be one of those things where basically I was like, when I walked out of the theater, I was like, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard like it's the best of the series, but that's also not saying much.
It's weird because I kind of like the second one more, but I kind of like all of them about the same. I'll put my score out there. I gave the a 6. I gave the previous one a 7, and I gave the first one a 6. So they're not like that much better from each. It didn't go that much better, but I felt like the direction they were going was better, and this one's just a mess of a story. And my wife watched it, she liked it, and she was like, they still kind of have a lot of stuff to wrap up, and a lot of stuff that doesn't connect yet to Harry Potter that is referenced in Harry Potter that we don't know about. So there definitely is potential for more. I imagine that might be like a comic book or maybe an HBO Max series for to continue this, but I don't know if a theatrical movie is going to happen for a fourth Fantastic Beasts.
I mean, it's not feasible, like, for it to just continue on. I think they'll just probably let it die out. And yeah.
I imagine that the Harry Potter play is now getting looked at really heavily to become a movie.
Ugh. Ugh. Just don't make it. Just let it die. Like, maybe make some video games, like, because you got the Wizarding World game coming out soon. Just quit. Just stop. Just stop giving J.K. Rowling money.
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is the name of the play, and I remember it being considered pretty good.
Yeah.
So audience score is 3.7. Ain't bad.
No.
Now that being said, I don't know. I mean, the story is supposed to be Harry Potter is grown up and all the actors are grown up, so it might align pretty well that they don't have to do that much makeup on them or that much CG to age them up. But it's supposed to be that they're supposed to be adults and they're kids and kind of thing. That storyline is basically there. So I think that could be done. That might be the best way to continue the Harry Potter franchise. But I don't think Warner Brothers is happy. And that is kind of the only way you could go unless you do a TV show or a comic book or a book. But I think it's hard. I mean, the Fantastic Beasts weren't really based on anything. I mean, it was based on a book, but that book was not a book. It was a bestiary to see different animals, you know.
Yeah. They just took nothing and made something.
So it wasn't like it was a book, like the different Harry Potter movies were based on the books. It was, and the way they had the animals always was a little weird anyway. So
Yeah.
they're like, okay, let's have a story about fascism and magic and animals. It's like, okay.
Do we need that?
Well, the audience has pretty much said, no, we don't want that or need that.
No.
So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. But I wouldn't necessarily think HBO Max is out of the question.
No, I mean, I'm pretty certain that they want to make as much money as possible, like, with all facets of media. And, with Discovery spending like $40+ billion on Warner Brothers, they're going to want to make some of that money back sooner rather than later.
So that's all of our basic topics for today. We do have some questions that the patrons have. One of the patrons has given me as like a quiz. So I'm going to be quizzing you, Jacob, and you can tell me if you know the answers.
Okay.
All right, first up. In 2008, Iron Man kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it was not a 3D film. What was the first 3D MCU movie?
That's easy. Thor.
Ding, 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 ding.
Not a good one.
I mean, it was all right. It was better than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah. I mean, but the 3D was just...
Yeah. Incredible Hulk didn't have 3D, right? I don't think it did.
Right. And Iron Man 2 didn't either. It had IMAX.
Yeah.
Like, that was the first IMAX MCU movie.
All right, you're 1 for 1 so far. Next
All
up.
right.
The Quinton Collection is well known for releasing high-quality Blu-rays for critically acclaimed films, but they only have ever released one 3D Blu-ray. What is that one movie?
You said Criterion?
Yes.
Oh, God, it's that ballerina. I think it's Nina or Nina or something. Like, it's a documentary. I know that.
I'll give it to you. You're close. Pina.
Pina. Okay, sweet.
And I have not given Jacob, you don't know these questions before I ask them, right?
Right.
So you're just that good. Now, something specific to the website. I'm pretty sure you're not going to know this one. I know this one because it's my website. But so this is regarding 3D and 2D. For years, the 3D and 2D team has been producing entertaining podcasts, which I thank you for saying that entertaining. We try, but I have no idea if people like this.
Yeah.
Including the 3D show, which we're now going to air in episode 107. So, what year did the 3D show number 1 air?
Ooh. I'm going to say 2015.
Close. 2014.
Dang it.
That's when the website started. So,
Okay.
But yeah, like I didn't even. The first episode has me and James, and it goes on for like 2 hours. And one of the topics you talk about there is Avatar 2, and if that's ever going to come out.
Wow, it only took 8 years for that to happen.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's just one of those. We made up the name of the show in the podcast because I didn't know what to name it. And we just kind of went back and forth, and I was like, hey, let's just keep it simple.
Yeah.
The 3D show, and vote with the D instead, because you got 3D.
Yeah, there you go.
And, so, yeah, that was a long time ago, almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
Almost, we're getting there. I don't know if we'll get there. I'm trying to give guys content, but it's hard. When we got one 3D release last month, and that's the first one this year.
I mean, we got more coming. I mean, supposedly, according to IMDb, Top Gun 2 maybe in 3D, so we'll see.
I hope so. That cinematography would look beautiful in 3D.
Yeah. And the reviews so far have been, like, great for the movie, so we'll see. I hated the first movie.
Oh, I have a charm. I have a like for the first one, but I don't. It's a product of the era, so it's hard to judge it on now. But I do love the shots, the aerial shots, and the trailer for the second one looks really cool. Aerial shots. I think they actually took the damn IMAX cameras onto the jets and flew with them.
Well, yeah, there's 7 or 8 IMAX jets in the cockpit.
Yeah, because I don't know how else. I don't think we have CG that good to record it that way without that. So, but yeah, it's incredible what they did, and I think there's hundreds of hours of footage that they had to water down to a 2-hour movie or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, It was interesting. The 3D show podcast number 1. Way back in the day. Way back. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Hopefully soon we'll get more news that's not delays.
Yeah.
Because that's all we've been doing for the last 2 years. Covering the stuff that has come out, but then talking about everything that's getting delayed. It's ugh.
But there's an upswing because it's not COVID related that we know of. So
yeah, it's still out there. So
yes.
It's still out there, and it's a weird place and time where almost nobody's wearing masks, at least near me. And the BA2 Omicron variant is definitely out there, and it's spreading.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is what it is, and try to stay safe out there. I guess that's gonna be it for us. Unless you have anything else you want to bring up.
Nah, and until next time.
All right, till next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, as this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D, Mr. Bengal 5, Kevin Winter, and Alex Folk for your financial support on Patreon.com. So that's going to be it for this podcast. Thanks for listening. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.